This is my lab where I do all my research work. My keyboard, my computer, there is another computer, the printer, cameras, tripods, so much, and the lights. It's wonderful, isn't it? Really wonderful. When I first started YouTube videos, I just used whatever space I had to record my videos, and you can see my room was really untidy. I don't know what else to say about it. And the walls were discolored because it's a 50-year-old house and full of stains, so it wasn't really appealing as a background. You can view the whole bedroom here, and it was cluttered. There was not much space to do anything, just about standing space only. So one day I decided to make my background presentable by wanting to repaint the room and making it the color white so that it becomes brighter and more reflective. I would have to take out the curtains and all the furniture to repaint. I cleaned up the whole room, swept everything clean, removed all the cobwebs and whatever that was sticking onto the walls. Then I used an undercoat to repaint all the walls white. Some of the furniture was just too heavy to move, so I just pushed them aside and carried on with my painting. Finally, with just one coat of wall sealer, it was done. The room looked so much brighter and cleaner. Even after I rearranged the furniture and made it spacious, I started bringing in more stuff into the room, and it really cluttered the place. So I had to work out another solution. I brought in a boltless rack. It's easy to assemble, and that really helped me rearrange the room and clear the clutter from my table. I raised the bottom shelf of the rack so that it'll be at least 2 inches or 3 inches above the floor, and that is so that I could run cables underneath and leave extension cables plugged in underneath the shelf, and that will prevent loose cables from being seen, and it will also prevent people from tripping on the cables. There are two versions of boltless racks, blue and yellow and white. I chose the blue and yellow because it will add more color to my room. I kept the tube 8 LED lights because they really brighten the room, but I couldn't, when I was making videos, I couldn't go above a shutter speed of 1/50th of a second. If I had used a faster shutter speed, there would be flicker in my videos. But this was a very cheap and alternative solution for me. I had my homemade studio lights in both directions so that they will really brighten up the room. They were placed on top of the boltless racks so that I have more space on my shelves. That was really great. It gave me a lot of space. I used a wireless mouse, and I chose a keyboard that had a cable connected to my laptop because a lot of keyboards didn't work for me, and I tilted it at an angle so it was even more convenient to use. And you can see the 42-inch TV screen. The large TV screen made it easier for me to work. When you're making YouTube videos, there are lots of cables and jigs and connectors and adapters and whatnot that you will end up having to use, let alone microphones and tripods and lighting. All of them were stored on the boltless racks, and I could add more shelves if I needed it. Here the 42-inch TV screen is showing what is on my Acer Nitro 5 laptop. My room is less cluttered now, and I have plenty of working space on my table. You can see how I brighten up the room with those 6 tube 8 LED lights. The boltless rack shelves are about 2 feet above each other, So there is space for me to add another 1 or 2 shelves, maybe making them 1 foot or 6 inches apart in height. When I'm making YouTube videos, I sit facing the large screen so that my background is the black screen at the back. This is where I normally sit and record my videos, and you can see the black background at the back. So that is to reduce the distraction when I'm talking to you. You can see what happens when I zoom in. So once I've zoomed in, there is no other distraction in the background, and you hopefully will be focusing on what I am saying. This is the keyboard for my old 10-year-old Samsung laptop. I have dismantled everything, so I have removed the casing, the keyboard, the screen, and just have the motherboard there. And here is the extension cable where everything is plugged in. And this is the Samsung laptop motherboard, and it's in working condition. I need 2 different keyboards and mice for both my laptops, but both of them share the same 42-inch TV screen, and that is because I have an HDMI switcher. It's brilliant. The previous one I bought failed within a few days, so I upgraded to this. One HDMI cable comes from the old Samsung laptop. It's plugged in and charging, and let me switch it on. I use the HDMI switcher to switch between the different laptops. Now it is showing the old Samsung laptop screen, and now it's showing the Acer Nitro 5 screen. The advantage of a large TV screen is that when you are talking to somebody over Zoom, the camera placing can be just next to the center of the screen, so that it looks like you are making eye contact with the person you're talking to. Zoom is quite straightforward if you are using an HDMI to USB converter. So one end goes into your camera HDMI output, and the other end goes into the USB input of your laptop. I hope you realize as a beginner not to worry about your background, your condition of your room, or how bad it is, because at the end of the day it is your content that is more important than anything else. Eventually people will figure out that you have something important to say and something informative to say, or something funny and entertaining to say. So just keep making the videos. I showed you how I set up my home studio with a little tour of my bedroom, and now it is ideal for making YouTube videos, software development, and playing around with my computers and experiments in electronics. I have removed a lot of clutter that was around me and moved them onto the boltless shelves, which are very convenient and easy to use and for storage. And that helped me clear my table and focus on my work, because all the time when I had lots of stuff on my table, it became very distracting, and sometimes there was no place to do any work or write something down or make notes and all that. So this has been very helpful, and especially now that I have 2 computers. One is the 10-year-old Samsung, which has no plastic packaging and all that, which is I have stripped it down, and my Acer Nitro 5. And because my room is at outside temperature, which is 32 to 35 Celsius, I find a lot of problems with a lot of electronic equipment. So be careful. a lot of them only work in aircon environments. They won't work at room temperature. So the other thing I wanted to tell you was, because I have a large TV screen, 42-inch screen, my Zoom calls are becoming more interesting because I can put the camera just off center of the person I'm talking to on the screen, and it looks like I am making eye-to-eye contact. That's brilliant, right? Unless if you are using the laptop camera webcam, you will never make eye contact with whoever you're talking to because you are looking at the screen and you are not looking at the camera. This video showed you a different way of doing things, right? So do subscribe for more such videos.